You know that feeling when you're right on the edge of something big? A kind of buzzing in the air, like a major life change is just around the corner. Well, today, we're going to decode that exact feeling. We're breaking down the mechanics of a personal energetic breakthrough. We'll get into the hidden principles that really govern your momentum, your relationships, and ultimately your success. So let's dive right in.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll get a handle on the basic laws of energy. Then, we're going to expose the common traps that, hold so many of us back. After that, we'll talk about how to recalibrate, and we'll wrap it all up with a super practical checklist you can start using right away.
So, first things first, we have to lay down some foundational principles. Before we can even talk about a breakthrough, we've got to understand the system we're working within, right? And that's the universal system of energetic flow.
Okay, so at its very core, the universe just loves balance. It's a principle you've probably heard of as karma, or what we'll be calling energy exchange. And the idea is actually super simple. It's reciprocal. To get anything back, blessings, opportunities, whatever, you've got to be willing to put some of your own energy out there first.
Now, this is super important. This is not about some cosmic scoreboard, with punishments and rewards. Think of it more like physics. It's just about maintaining equilibrium. You need an output to get an input. It's that simple. And trust me, understanding this balance is the key to everything we're going to talk about next.
Okay, so if balance is the name of the game, what's constantly throwing us off? Well, keeping that principle of balance in mind, let's dig into the single most common thing that disrupts our personal energy, what I call the obligation trap.
So many of us, right? We feel held back. It's by the concerns, the doubts, even the warnings from the people we love the most, our family, whether that's blood relatives or the family we've chosen. But here's a thought. What if those doubts aren't really about us at all? And this is a total game changer. That resistance you're feeling from other people, it is almost never an accurate measure of your potential. What it usually is a projection. It's a projection of their own limiting beliefs, a reflection of what they think is possible for themselves, not for you. And boom, that's where the energy leak starts. When you carry the weight of their projections, it just drains you. And it traps you in this endless cycle of looking for their approval. Just seeing this for what it is, that's the first huge step to taking back your power, to reclaiming your energetic sovereignty.
Okay, so that leads us right to the solution, right? To plug that energy drain, we need to make a pretty radical shift in how we think about our own well-being. We've got to move away from obligation and move towards self-prioritization.
You've heard it a million times, but the airplane analogy is just perfect for this. Put your own oxygen mask on first before helping anyone else. It's not just good advice for flying, it's a deep, energetic truth. You literally cannot give to others if you're running on empty.
And let's be crystal clear about this. This is not selfish. In fact, it might be the most selfless thing you can do. Why? Because when you prioritize yourself, you finally break that cycle of people-pleasing and obligation. You build up an energetic surplus. And it's only from that full cup that you can genuinely, sustainably help anyone else.
All right, so now that we have this new framework in place, this idea of prioritizing ourselves, it's time to turn our attention inward. Let's do a quick little internal audit to figure out what signals our bodies are sending us, and more importantly, how to read them correctly. So I want you to ask yourself right now, whose permission are you still waiting for to make that next move, to start that new thing? Whose approval are you really looking for? Once you can identify these patterns, you can see them for exactly what they are, huge energy leaks, siphoning power away from your goals.
Okay, here's a big one. We often get our signals crossed, especially when it comes to that physical feeling of anxiety. The butterflies, that buzzing feeling in your stomach? We're taught to think that's fear, a big red stop sign. But what if, in a lot of cases, it's the complete opposite?
See, that buzzing, that feeling of anticipation, it's often your body physically reacting to a massive energetic shift. Your soul, your intuition, it knows you're on the verge of a huge, positive transformation way before your brain has time to process it. That's not fear, my friend. That is excitement. That's the feeling of your own power building up. And what's really cool is, as your internal world starts to shift and you get better at reading these signals, you're going to start seeing proof on the outside. Your external world literally begins to mirror your new alignment.
So what should you be looking for? Well, keep an eye out for things like mirroring patterns, like seeing two identical birds flying together, or maybe you start noticing doubles of things or repeating numbers everywhere. You might also see a big uptick in synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences. And listen, these aren't random. Think of them as data points, confirming that you're getting into alignment.
Yeah, think of them like little winks from the universe, like signposts along the highway. They're basically a feedback loop confirming that all that inner work you're doing is actually making a real difference. It's proof that you're on the right track and moving into that beautiful state of flow.
All right, let's bring this all home. We're going to wrap everything we've talked about into a simple, practical checklist. This is your guide to consciously steer through your breakthrough and really harness all that amazing momentum.
So here it is, your breakthrough checklist. Number 1, put yourself first every single day. Put on that oxygen mask. Number 2, let go of the need for validation from anyone else. You give yourself permission. 3, reframe those feelings. That buzzing isn't fear, it's excitement. 4, look for those outside signs, the mirroring, the doubles, and when you see them, nod to them, acknowledge them. And finally, number 5, start expecting good things. Expect abundance. Expect new opportunities to just show up.
And what kind of good things are we talking about? Well, the results of this shift show up in the real world. Seriously, be on the lookout for more money flowing in, for dream opportunities that just seem to land in your lap, and for this powerful, incredible feeling of momentum, like you're finally moving forward.
And here's the beautiful full circle moment in all of this. That respect, that support you wanted so badly from others, you don't get it by trying to please them. It comes as a direct result of you respecting yourself first. When you finally give yourself permission, when you radiate that confidence, the whole world, including those people closest to you, can't help but reflect that same respect right back at you.
So, there you have it. We've laid out the map. We've decoded the mechanics. The process is actually pretty clear. The only thing left is for you to take action. So the real question is, what's the first step, even a small one, that you're going to take today to put on your own oxygen mask and take back your energy? Because your breakthrough, it's ready when you are.